Astra, recently, the Adventurers Guild has received an unusual commission, and
The Traveler would be the most suitable candidate.
Indeed. As I will spare the pleasantries then. May I ask if you two are available? Well, let me go over it briefly. Our client for this job is the Yashiro Commission. Apparently, Rift
Hounds? A narc?
Yes. We are not sure where exactly these creatures come from. But this time, the sacred Sakura is of tremendous importance to Inazuma. I trust you. Good. Then you can see that this...
Is the Tenryu Commission aware?
Yes, and they are already taking action of their own. However, given that the sacred Sakura's root system is vast and complex, and faced with the unpredictability and scale of the Rift Hound's attacks, they are finding it difficult to defend against them. Their main priority is to protect the civilian population, so they are actively looking to cooperate with all other available forces to eliminate the monster. The Adventurers Guild is one of the key parties assisting the Tenryu Commission with their work. But so far, the combined efforts to combat the Rift Hounds has failed to substantially ameliorate the situation. You have our deepest gratitude. Your confident response puts me far more... I will mark on your map the areas where Rift Hound appearances have been recently reported. I hope you won't encounter...
Relax. We'll be back before you can say add... Attacking the sacred Sakura! Stop them! Wingblade! Be gone!
Leave it all to me.
Wingblade!
I'll protect us. As a good knight should. I must leave no stone. Huh?
Prepare to be blown away!
Come on, we can do it. Let the show begin.
Wingblade!
to me.
No one escapes my sight!
Protect us.
To oblivion!
Shogun? Wait, no. Could also be A.
Oh, it's you two. It has been a long time. We have not seen each other since the resolution of the Tenryou Commission crisis.
Okay, sounds more like A. It is you. You sure made short work of them. That was amazing.
I'm making early preparations for what is to come. Last time we took a walk around Inazuma together, I witnessed the way the world is today. I was finally able to comprehend some things that since then, every time I encounter an obstacle in my thinking...
Makes sense. You must get super bored being stuck in there all the time.
Might I remind you that I am not here to amuse myself. Recently, I have observed a number of changes in the external world from the plane of Euthymia. The most serious of these being the attack on the sacred Sakura by numerous rift hounds. I considered this matter worthy of my attention, so I pursued them, and they led me here, where I happened to run into you. If the Shogun rather than I were to discover them, yes, perhaps she would have left the situation.
Why? Because she's just a pup.
Precisely. According to the rules I designed for her, matters of this nature are to be delegated to the But rift hounds attacking the sacred Sakura.
A disaster?
Yes. 500 years, everything was engulfed in a pitch-black fog, and monsters ravaged the land. Countless lives were lost, and this homeland that the people had... The monsters committed many atrocities on Inazuman soil. And the rift... Their duty was to tear open a passage through space with their claws and teeth, and then call in even more powerful beasts. So you've heard of it too. That's an episode of history that I am loath to recall. Maybe to you, but an excess of caution is not unwarranted.
Guess you can't argue with that.
Since we are both here for the same reason, let us work together. From the traces they've left in the surrounding area, there should be many more monsters nearby.
Paimon feels so safe when we're in Ace company. Having someone uber powerful on your team kind of makes it... Oh yeah, after we've dealt with the monsters, we should ask her to tell us more about Conria. This color! It's similar to the color when the sacred Sakura takes damage. Let's follow it. It should be this way. Ha!
We are lucky. The damage is not too serious. The Yashiro Commission will be able to nurse the root system back to health.
This stuff that's flowing out, is it sap or something? And how come it's glowing? Huh? What's this? Could they be dead people? It wouldn't be the first, but...
Let's search the area. Perhaps we will find out.
I can't go on like this. Not when the other...
What happened here? Could you tell us?
Who are you? What are you doing here? Run quick, while you still can! The monsters will be back. And once you're in their sights, we will defend Inazuma until our dying breath. You don't know? Beasts and horrifying monsters are everywhere. They're merciless, ferocious, and they will devour everything in their path. Every last trace of humanity's existence, I tell you. They'll devour it all.
But, look, none...
Not right now, but they'll be back. Look, get out of here, now! The almighty Shogun is gone. So is Kitsune Saigu. There is no... I don't know how long we can hold out for. But if we abandon our hope, then we've got nothing...
Don't worry, I'm right here.
It's... the Shogun? You're back! Please, we beg you. You have... Only the glow of your supreme lightning can dispel this terrible darkness. Please.
Calm down. The war you speak...
Over. But...
Look around you. The grass grows green and lush, and a soft breeze blows. There are no monsters. Nor is there anything else here.
What? But how? Just moments ago, I saw them tear my comrade to shreds with my own eyes.
Hey, calm down.
I think I understand. Almighty Shogun. Yes, we were right to place our trust in the Almighty Shogun. As long as the Shogun... Thank you, Your Excellency. Thank you, thank you.
What's wrong with him?
He's gone.
Paimon can't even begin to understand what that was all about. But...
If I am not mistaken, what we just saw was a samurai's memory that the sacred Sakura can absorb and purify the filth in the ley lines. After the Rift Hounds attacked, some of this filth leaked out through the cracks in the trunk, and an entity formed with strong filth would be highly aggressive. But when purified filth quickly dissipates and will be absorbed by the ley lines shortly afterwards. In other words, it cannot exist for too long.
So the memories of the ones that died are all appearing at this moment?
Yes. That soldier was one of the many thousands who made the ultimate sacrifice. What he was describing just now? Yes. Inazuma was facing many great crises at that time. Some were local in origin, while others... The disaster in Inazuma caused me great concern. I felt that I had to step in before it was too late. Otherwise, it would spread to all of Teyvat. But my friend, Kitsune Saigu, reassured me that I had nothing to worry about. I could tell that, although neither of us acknowledged it...
So... Inazuma was attacked at the same time?
Indeed. Countless monsters suddenly appeared throughout all of Inazuma. In the end, I never had the chance to see her one last time. But even then, Inazuma was left more devastated than we could have ever imagined. Those terrible tragedies left great wounds that are still felt to this day.
Hey?
Yes. For the longest time, all my martial might was in vain. Though I could conquer Tatarigami and vanquish monsters, I was helpless against the ravages of time. But after my clash with human ambition, I thought long and hard. Now I realize I cannot fixate on the past forever. When I traveled around Inazuma with you, I caught a glimpse of how the nation has progressed over the centuries. A glimpse of human potential. Everything far exceeded my expectation. Moving forward inevitably invites further loss. But just think of that soldier. Despite all the losses he had experienced, all those who sacrificed themselves back then gave their lives fighting for a future. But perhaps the future as Inazuma's god, it is high time warriors of the past who spilled your blood on this land. Your nobles, I will never forget you. And all that you did.
He's taking all this pretty hard.
Come on. Let's keep investigating.
Expected, there are a load of rift hounds here too!
Leave them to me. Shattered! Ha! 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 Shine down! Torn to oblivion! There is no escape! Ha! Illusion shattered! Ha! Ha! There is no escape!
Huh? Something seems wrong with A.
Why would you ask that?
Well, usually you'd pull out your sword and swish! Vaporize them all in one go! No?
You are unduly concerned. I'm simply conserving my... Although I have some understanding of the situation already, I must be prepared for anything. If there are more formidable monsters lying in wait in this area, I must make sure I have the...
Ah, makes sense! Spoken like a seasoned shogun! The roots seem pretty badly damaged this time. We definitely need to tell the Yashiro Commission about this. Hey, the same light is leaking out again!
Furuyama?
Almighty Shogun, what brings you back so soon? I thought you were off fighting a battle in a distant land.
Fighting a battle in a distant land? Sounds like this guy's talking...
Allow me to introduce Furuyama. He is a tea master. Though blind, Furuyama is unparalleled in his ability to appraise tea.
Your Excellency, you shower me with praise undeserved. I have simply had the good fortune to be in your Excellency's presence long enough to be... It sounds like the Almighty Shogun has brought a guest. I'm afraid I'm unable to serve you any respectable refreshments on account of the current situation. But please, after all, it's quite a mess out there.
What should we do? Yeah,
I see. So, they have fought their way this... Most of the residents in this neighborhood have already escaped. They wanted to take me with them, but it seemed rather pointless to me. And now the almighty Shogun is here, I have even less reason to run away. Imagine if this was something that even the almighty Shogun was powerless to resolve. Where could I possibly run to then? People flee out of a desire to live on. And the desire to live on stems from a feeling of having unfinished business in. But me, I have no such thoughts. And I have... The almighty Shogun often speaks to me about her dreams over tea. Just listening to her stories. I've been blind for many years, but her vivid descriptions took me on a splendid journey to all the most beautiful places in Inazuma. Over time, I've come to understand her mindset. Quite the romantic. One thing she always says is, good things don't last forever. Everything changes, fades, disappears completely over the passage of time. And so, people must make the most of the life they have. Seize the chance to enjoy it while it lasts. So you see, as bleak as things may be now, I have experienced countless wonderful things in life, and have no reason not to be sad.
Perhaps.
It won't be long now before I have to say goodbye to the almighty Shogun for the last time. What a pity. I'll never get to see what Inazuma looks like, but I suppose it doesn't matter. Everyone says that Inazuma has turned dark now. But to me, once this catastrophe is over, life is sure to spring forth anew. But even if I survived until then, I'd probably be a hopelessly befuddled old so-and-so by then. Oh, goodness me. Speaking of befuddled, look at me rambling away to my heart's content, and the almighty Shogun comes to visit, and I don't have the tea ready. A true... One moment, I'll just... Where in the... I hope the others didn't smack...
Can't see a tea set anywhere.
Really? But it's always been right by my side. Goodness gracious, what a fool I'm making of me. I couldn't possibly have my guests fetch it themselves. That would be most discourteous indeed.
Don't worry about it. Take a rest. We'll be...
Almighty Shogun, you're not going too, are you? No, no, no. Your humble servant implores you, not with the war raging out.
This place is... complicated. It's quite unlike the Leave it to us.
But... Well, okay. I never thought I'd see the day. I can't decide whether it's a final regret or a final...
Where should we go to find a tea set? Having a cup of tea isn't exactly the most urgent thing to do right now.
I'm also feeling very nostalgic for his tea.
Oh, why don't we go to the Kamisato estate?
It's the Traveler. And the almighty Shogun. How might I be of assistance, Your Excellency?
I wish to borrow a tea set from the Yashiro Commission.
Oh, sure. Please step into the courtyard and have a rest, almighty Shogun. Oh, and I'll inform my lord about your visit immediately.
Be at ease. I'm not here to see Commissioner Kamisato. Actually, I'd prefer to spend this time chatting with the Traveler. Please.
No. I am your humble servant. I daren't think of my own convenience when the almighty Shogun graces me with her presence. I'll deal with it right away.
Well, it's not often we have the chance to chat. I'm sure you must have a lot of questions.
Right. Paimon wanted to ask that too. The almighty Shogun that he described didn't sound...
I seldom had the time to drink tea. Any free time I had was spent so, in the vast majority of cases, the one he made tea for was the former Electro Archon. He may well have had an inkling about there being two Raiden Shoguns, but he always acted as if he was complete. The philosophy of life that he shared with us just now, that was Makoto's view on reality. She always saw things that...
You and Makoto had pretty different views.
Indeed we did. It was the biggest difference between us. In her eyes, the most precious things in this world were dreams. The yearning for a better future held by... They are similar, but not identical. When you came charging into the plane of Euthymia, I saw human aspirations light up the sky far above in the form of countless... Now, it seems like she was right.
Wow. There sure was a lot going on beneath the surface.
Makoto saw a bigger picture than I did. In her view, a dream is more imaginary, more... An ambition is a yearning for something material, or a concrete outcome. It is finite in nature, and will be replaced by a new ambition in due course. Makoto was more concerned with the force that drives humans to constantly generate new ambitions in the first place. It is something innate, rooted in instinct.
That's...
To put it simply, Makoto wasn't concerned about... I didn't understand at the time. How can we say that we are maintaining eternity when things are constantly moving? I suppose what it comes down to is the definition of eternity she set out with. Yes, it does. I always thought that... But in the last analysis, Makoto's philosophy was, on the surface at least, an elegantly simple one.
Do you feel you're starting to understand her?
You have already witnessed my previous views on eternity. But now, I no longer cling to what was lost. I suppose that...
Almighty Shogun, I found a tea set. This one in particular should be fit for your Excellency's use.
It's quite beautiful.
You are too kind. A humble servant such as I does not deserve the gratitude of the Almighty Shogun.
It's all good, sir. She's actually pretty chill.
Let us return. We ought not keep Furuyama waiting.
He wouldn't have gone looking for a tea set himself, would he?
Or perhaps the ley lines did not...
So we won't get to drink his... We didn't even have a chance to say goodbye.
The information held in the ley lines is complex and disorderly. The fact that we were able... Well, this chance won't come often, and we do have a tea set. Perhaps I should... I've watched Furuyama brew tea on many occasions. I doubt I should have any major problems. The tea is ready. Please give it a try. So many thoughts were racing through my head as I was brewing it. I'm not sure how to... You're right. But the things we've seen today have brought back many memories for me. I've been reminded of many people, too. Kitsune Saigu, Makoto, and all the other friends who I watched pass even further back. Back at the Yashiro Commission, I kept the conversation reasonably lighthearted. But now, the events of 500 years ago not only robbed me of my friend, Kitsune Saiku.
She died in that disaster too?
Yes. She went to Conria alone. Unlike me, Makoto was no martial artist. Whenever similar crises had arisen in the past, I was always... But this time, the circumstances were so grave that Makoto had no choice but to leave me behind. Or... perhaps it was more that she went ahead of me. Yes. It was too late. She had already lapsed into unconsciousness by that point. So all I could do was enter into her mind. It was there that we bid each other a final farewell. Why did she go to Conria first, and not I? Why did she keep me in... It was there and then that I resolved to pursue eternity. As a testament to that decision, I say...
That's quite...
When I returned to Inazuma, I was shocked to find that a great sakura tree had appeared on Mount Yogo. That's exactly what everyone back then told me as well. That it had existed since time immemorial. They were so mad, no one questioned it. And yet, its presence contrasted so starkly with the area as I remembered it. It seemed as if I was the only one. In the end, I simply had to accept that it was a miraculous effect with the help of the sacred Sakura's power. I was finally able to overcome the monster.
This is all really hard to understand. Kinda beyond Paimon's level.
Yes. She had such a great love for this land, and for its people. I once told myself that I would never speak of these events again. Facing, but even the tea that is most bitter to the tongue, once swallowed, and it's time I came to terms with it all.
Oh, while we're on the topic, since you experienced that battle in person...
Brother? You mean to say that he was somehow involved?
Based on what we've learned so far, it seems so.
I'm sorry. I wasn't there for the whole thing. And also, my mind was consumed entirely, so I am afraid I can't help you.
Oh, well, that's a shame. Boy, both of you have experienced...
With this last cup of tea, let us honor the Tea Master's memory. Thank you, Destiny, for giving us the chance to meet again.
We should go.